you ever been asked why you're lactating at a wine tasting? The Napa Valley Wine Tour was supposed to be my comeback. After 18 months of pregnancy, childbirth, and new motherhood, I'd finally gotten a weekend away. My husband insisted I deserved it after everything. My sister Elena booked us spots on an exclusive tasting at Chateau Montrose, the kind where they only accept 12 people and the waiting list is 6 months long. I'd pumped enough milk to last the weekend, bought a new dress that actually fit my post-baby body, and even managed to do my hair for the first time in forever. I felt almost human again. The tour started beautifully. Our sommelier, Philippe, was this elegant French man who spoke about wine like it was poetry. We were with a group of obvious wine enthusiasts, the type who swirl and sniff and use words like ambitious tannins, unironically. We were on our third wine, a spectacular Cabernet, when I felt the familiar tingling. Any nursing mother knows that sensation. My body had decided that 2:00 p.m. meant feeding time, husband and baby be damned. I tried to think non-baby thoughts, stock prices, tax forms, anything. Felipe was explaining the wine's complex notes when I felt the first leak. I glanced down. 2 small wet spots were forming on my dress. Of course I'd chosen silk. Of course I'd forgotten breast pads. I crossed my arms casually, trying to cover the evidence while Elena gave me a confused look. The group moved to the barrel room for the reserve tasting. The temperature drop made everything worse. My body went into full production mode. We gathered around a beautiful oak table where Philippe had laid out 5 reserve vintages. This was the highlight, wines that cost more than my car payment. A woman named Vivian, dripping in diamonds, was discussing her vineyard in France when she stopped mid-sentence. "Excuse me," she said, staring directly at my chest. "Are you leaking?" 11 heads turned to me. The wet spots had spread. I looked like I'd tucked water balloons into my dress that had burst simultaneously. I just had a baby," I stammered. Felipe looked mortified. "Madame, perhaps you would like to excuse yourself." "I'm so sorry. I thought I'd be fine. It's been 3 hours since you're lactating at a wine tasting." Vivian said it like I'd committed a war crime. This cryptocurrency broker named Dennis laughed nervously. "That's actually kind of impressive. Supply and demand, right?" "This is thoroughly inappropriate," Vivian huffed. "This is a sophisticated experience, not a dairy farm." Elena stood up. "Excuse me? She's a new mother trying to enjoy one afternoon. Maybe show some compassion?" "Compassion?" Vivian's voice went shrill. "She's contaminating the ambiance with bodily fluids." That's when Philippe surprised everyone. "Actually, Madame Vivian, in France, we consider mother's milk the first terroir a child experiences. It changes based on what the mother consumes, just like wine reflects its environment." He turned to me with genuine kindness. "How long ago did you give birth?" 4 months, I whispered, arms still crossed. "Then you are in what we call the liquid gold phase. The antibodies are at their peak." He poured me a fresh glass. "This Merlot should pair beautifully with your body's current chemistry." Dennis raised his glass. "To terroir in all its forms." Everyone except Vivian raised their glasses. She grabbed her purse and stormed out, muttering about health code violations. After she left, the atmosphere completely changed. A woman named Carol offered me her cardigan. Another pulled emergency breast pads from her purse. "Been there," she said with a wink. I leaked through a board presentation once. Felipe brought me to their private bathroom and had his assistant drive to Target for supplies. When I returned, properly padded and wearing a Chateau Montrose t-shirt, the group applauded. The rest of the tasting became the most educational experience I'd ever had. Philippe explained how winemaking paralleled child-rearing. Patience, proper conditions, knowing when to intervene and when to let nature work. Carol shared stories about pumping in vineyard bathrooms across 3 continents. Dennis, the crypto guy, turned out to have 3 kids. He spent 20 minutes showing me photos and discussing sleep training methods. By the end, we'd exchanged numbers for a family playdate. When the tasting ended, Felipe pulled me aside. "That woman, Vivian, she has been banned from 3 wineries for her behavior. You, however, are welcome back anytime." He handed me a bottle of their most expensive reserve. "For when you're done nursing, consider it an investment in future terroir." Elena posted a photo of us at the vineyard with the caption, "Real women leak." It went viral in mom groups. Chateau Montrose actually contacted me last month about doing a Wines for New Mothers event. My husband framed the stained silk dress. He hung it in our kitchen with a plaque that reads, "Napa Valley 2024, where motherhood met Merlot." And Vivian, she left a 1-star Yelp review complaining about unsanitary conditions. Felipe responded publicly, "We welcome all forms of human experience, except intolerance."